The Real News with Lucretia Hughes is funded by you, the viewers, not USAID. So to support the show, please donate through PayPal at Fallback Production Studio, Cash App $ Lucretia Hughes 44, Venmo at Lucretia-Hughes, or shop at our store, fallbackusa2.myshopify.com. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the last half hour of the Real News with Lucretia Hughes and Dave and Carl, because I see him sitting there and he's waiting. But y'all do not forget to get over there to Fallback. I'm going to listen. I'm marketing myself. Get on over there to fallbackusa2.myshopify.com, because we the people told you so. You got to have faith over fear, and we the people done had enough and do not comply to a whole nother lie. So that is the whole thing. Y'all get over there. Like they said, we call these boob billboards, okay? Boob billboards. So go on over there and cover your boobies with the billboarding, okay? And then if not, do not forget, if you are a voting member of the NRA, I am running for the board of directors. You have until April the 6th. I already mailed mine back off. I was giddy. You have until April the 6th to vote for me. If not, I'm going to see you at the NRA convention and you're going to have to vote for me. So on that note, I'm going to give you a little bit about Carl, because I tried to search him out. I went on his Facebook page. I think you call that stalking, all right? So I started stalking him. And there's a lot of left-leaning bullshniggity. And I know he's not left-leaning. He is God, family, and country, and support not only Donald J. Trump, but he ran for office in Mississippi. This is a man, okay? A man. It says, so I got it off the Free Beacon of Mississippi. Let's just pray that they kind of fair. Carl was born in Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, he been all over the place, y'all. But he now he live in Mississippi. How the world he gonna go from roll tide to roll that boat? What is that? At least he didn't say go dogs, but back how you gonna be born in Tennessee and you gonna root for Mississippi? That don't make no. Okay, back to him. With a single father of he had 8 brothers and sisters. You know he not a fight. You know he not a squabble up, and he not a run for Congress. He got siblings. He know how to beat up Democrats. He worked various roles at Charlie Produce in Seattle, Washington. Yeah, how in a southern world did he get himself on the West Coast? We're gonna ask him about that one. And then he spent time in Louisiana. He's straight Creole. They bring him on, but just ask him. Well, why you go all over the United States?
Well, my family actually comes from Memphis, Tennessee, but, once I was born, I grew up in Picayune, Mississippi.
Oh, you thought I was going to tear up that Pickaninny, Mississippi. Did I say that right? See, I didn't even know how to say it.
Picayune. Picayune.
Okay, we're going to stick with Memphis.
There we go. But Seattle, I spent 24 years there building a company, and I retired in 2000. And came back down to Mississippi. Couldn't stand them Yankees up there.
How did you do a fresh produce? How did you even get into farming in Seattle, Washington?
Well, I don't farm. I was actually a distributor.
Mm-hmm.
I used to sell produce to all the national chains and restaurants and stores and stuff. Export, import, everything. I'm still in produce today. I've been in it for over 40 years.
Wow. So you know the supply chain. You know the ins and out of the industry. So now that you're back in Mississippi, how do you feel like you could, because you ran, and I always say, even if you don't win, you won, because you are always going to be in the history books, and no one can take away your fight for our nation and the fight for a seat at the table in Mississippi. Now that you have a lot more free time, what do you want to explore? What do you want to really get out there and do to keep fighting for America?
Well, actually, I actually own 2 companies still, and I have about 20 projects going on, some charitable projects that I'm really big into that I have my wife and I, Heidi, started a charity called Farmed Fresh for Mississippi, and we supply healthy fruits and vegetables to people in need. And We were big into it before RFK Jr. came on the scene, and we've been doing it for a while. And now I've partnered up with a company out of California, friends of mine that have been in the produce industry as well too. And we're launching a thing called Project Food Box, which will be up in Cleveland, Mississippi here on the 21st, doing a great big demonstration with tons of produce. And the idea is to help people by giving them a healthy alternative instead of the garbage that the government gives them. Our goal is to make this national, and we plan on having politicians and news media and stuff out there because it's going to be a great giveaway. But the idea is to show people how this works. And like in a box, if you have diabetes, we'll prescribe a box of produce that will help you bring your diabetes down. And there's studies that, if you eat healthy and target it like we're doing, you can actually, not cure, but help your diabetes go down, heart disease, cancer, obesity, which in Mississippi, we win again. We got the highest obesity rate in the country. So it's been a passion. I still have a lot of work with my jobs and stuff, but we're really passionate about trying to bring this to America and feed people instead of giving them the Medicare, Medicaid, VA, SNAP benefits that don't actually treat what's wrong with you. We can save, I think it's $1.6 trillion by making people healthy.
Well, you
That's
can
all right.
also think about this: expand it to local farmers, organic
Oh yeah.
farmers, Irish, Amish farmers, Amish things like that. And like you said, make it across the United States, but have it
Mm.
centralized in that community, so the vegetables and the fruits and the different things like that can be actually contributed to that country. I mean, to that community, like the
Right.
bees, the harvesting of the pollen, all this stuff. But then at that, once it catches on, this is another way that maybe that farm fresh to the table, that one farmer, that one community can now start teaching other people how to prep, how to farm correctly.
That's kind of what the idea behind this is. We're going to utilize local farmers when they're in season. So we'll have a place for local farmers to market their product, which will actually help farmers grow more product because they'll have a guaranteed place to go. And what it also does, it creates jobs because we have like just in Mississippi, we have 740,000 people on Medicaid alone.
Wow.
Louisiana next door has 1.7 million. Georgia has 1.9 million. So if you can take and get a sliver of Medicaid money to finance in each state, you're talking a lot of volume. That's going to create a lot of jobs as well too, because instead of putting the boxes together in California or somewhere else, we'll actually put together a business for somebody to put them together for us and set them up. And that will hire people in that area. And it'll also give them to where they have the farms will be able to hire people and they'll be able to have a place to send their produce. But we also have another business and tied up into it. And we actually help farmers with sustainability, with food safety. So it's an all-encompassing deal. It's not just providing the fruits and vegetables. It's actually trying to make sure that they get to the people and they use it on a weekly basis. Because if a lot of these places will give you a little bit of money to buy healthy foods, but there's no guarantee they're going to buy healthy foods, and there's no guarantee that the foods they buy are going to be the stuff that will help what's wrong with them.
Maybe
Which we have
even
nutritionists on staff that will actually write a prescription for what's wrong with you.
Well, and maybe even going into high schools, do they still have FFAs? Future Farmers of America, maybe, getting in there, getting a couple of grants. So the Future Farmers of America not only is helping with the food from farm to table, but they're getting college credits or, a fund for them to open up their own little small community garden or their own down payment on a farm. Maybe roll that in there too.
Well, I mean, there's lots of opportunities once we get this thing launched. The trouble is, every senator, every congressman, every person in the state government I met with, They all think it's great. Unfortunately, you have to get them to try to help finance it. And, if you take it from one area, whether it's Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, which they're all interested as well, too. They all love it. It's getting the funding to get it going. And to tell you the truth, this demonstration here of how it works, we'll have probably hundreds and hundreds of people there.
I would
And
say get RFK. Now that he's loosened a lot of things, he came out with a big statement. I am sure someone could get in contact with someone inside of the administration to have a representative to come down from Washington or Georgia to actually see what y'all doing, so you don't have to worry about the state legislators. You can actually take some of the funding that they're rescuing from all this fraud, waste, and abuse, and actually it comes directly from RFK, because this would be a whole nother opportunity for people to have clean living. So you're not asking for money from the state; you're going straight to the feds.
Well, that's kind of, we're trying to get it from just about anybody. And actually, if we could get a hold of RFK, where he is Make America Healthy deal, this is actually the vehicle that could launch this. And we have the background behind us. I've been in produce for over 40 years. My partners in California, the same. We have the access to the product. We have the access to logistics. We can do the last mile. And the goal of this is to deliver every week throughout the year, so that you can have fresh produce, because the only way it's going to work to make people healthy is to actually get in the habit of eating it. And if you just do it once a week or once a month or once every couple months, it just not going to work. But, again, if I could get a hold of RFK, I'm sure he would love to come or send somebody here, because this would be like I say, the platform that would actually reach his goal quicker than he could ever imagine.
Well,
Because the government's not going to do it. It's going to have to be a government-private partnership, and we have the ability to get it done.
well,
We're
since
actually
the
financing this demonstration between me and Project Food Box. We've got a film crew coming, so we'll actually be able to put this out to people so they can see how this will work. But we're going to bring in as many people as possible, as much media as possible. And like I say, if RFK could see this, he would see that this is the way to do it. And, I'm working to get a hold of him, but I haven't yet.
well, you're working to get a hold to a lot of people, because that's what we've been
Yes.
trying to teach people on the show, is how to prep,
Yeah.
how to maintain their own stockpile of food, fresh food, how to grow a garden, how to be self-sufficient and within their own rights. And now that we know that a lot of the EPA regulations on the farmers and small farms and even back porch farming is going to be alleviated, and we should be able to start farming our own stuff now. That's why I say a lot of the rules and regulations, I feel like it's going to be bigger than what you even think. Once this is off the ground and y'all do y'all very first one, you should be able to catch the attention of Washington, because no one else is doing this right now.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want to. There are smaller. I mean, they've put a lot of money into doing studies. And as a matter of fact, I talked to the girl at Ole Miss, and she said, the same thing. We've all done studies. We know it's healthy for you. We know it makes you better. But now somebody has to launch it. And I said, well, that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it off the ground, get it going, and we can facilitate it. We can take care of everything. And it's just getting the people behind us that, I mean, I've got people sitting on the sideline that want to donate money, but they just haven't yet. So we decided, well, we'll just finance this demo, and hopefully it goes well enough that the people see it. And someone like RFK sees it and says, like, wow, that has got to be awesome. And that is actually a perfect vehicle for us to take and launch this throughout the country, so we can actually truly make America healthy again. And
Absolutely.
my charity, Farm Fresh from Mississippi, is, we've been doing it for 5 years now, and we give away tons of produce. And we're doing it to places like where veterans homes, we do their Thanksgiving dinners and stuff. And you go into these veterans homes, and they have the most horrible food. I mean, they do it all in cans because, well, it's easier that way. You don't have to work it hard. You just open a can and dump it out. And that's not healthy for
No.
you. I'm flabbergasted the fact that we've let, big pharma, big food take over our diets, and that's the reason where we are. And we're probably the fattest country in the world, and it's because we eat the processed foods, where produce is single ingredient food is what we need to get back to,
Well,
and
how do
we
you
can do
stop?
it.
How do you stop the government? Let's just say we have another shutdown. And we know these are not rumors. That mountains of potatoes was just thrown away. Milk was just thrown away. Food was just thrown away. How do we combat that? And how do we stop that from happening again? Our food supply chain was weakened because of all the rules and regulations.
Well, it's the trouble is most people don't realize the fact that when they're talking about tariffs and stuff, well, there's tariffs on everything already. I mean, produce out of Mexico, which we get a lot of produce out of there, we have as much as 400 to 500% tariffs on them already. So when they talk about 25% tariffs, so it's a commodity. It doesn't matter, but we put limits on how much you can charge. So if the market out of Mexico is $4 on a tomato, well, the
Wait
least
up!
we can pay for it because of the agreement is 830. We're paying, 200% higher than what we have to.
You in this movie? You in this movie and didn't say nothing?
Oh yeah, I'm in it.
You just gonna say, "Yeah, I'm in it." Just,
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
actually, tell you the truth, I spoke at the Horowitz Foundation weekend here back in November, and it was right after Pete Hegseth. I was on a panel, and we discussed the election, and of course, I went straight to the border, and even Gordon Chain came up afterwards and said, "Wow, you told me stuff I didn't even know." And the thing is when you went down to the border and we did that documentary, you can ask those people, it's like, well, what do you guys do? Like the state police and the National Guard. And they say, we do nothing. We're down here when they come across the border, and they were taught on the other side, when they come across to get across a razor ribbon, they throw their backpacks and blankets on it. They walk right across it. And we had the State Patrol and National Guard that greeted them, lined them up, took them over to Border Patrol, shipped them out. And I'm like, we're spending billions of dollars for greeters on the border. I mean, it was stupid.
"There's your
And
money. There's your money. That if you could take even 1% of what we wasted, and
yeah,
I said we wasted on
yeah.
all of their living expenses. Can you imagine the help and the motivation you would give not only people in Mississippi and in that community, but surrounding states just with the funds that was wasted on illegals?"
Oh, that's what I mean. It's crazy. You look at $150 billion. What could we do for America with $150 billion? We could take care of our homeless. I mean, we could take care of our people that, are in need. And, we have food deserts like here in Mississippi where they can't even get fresh fruits and vegetables because it's too far from the store. And, this is the one thing about Trump. America first.
Yes.
Why send $350 billion to Ukraine? That's in Europe. We should support that, but the money should come from Europeans. It's protecting them. This is the stupidity of, and I don't want to
It's
hurt
a
anybody's feelings,
stupidity.
but it's the stupidity of Democrats. Why would we give away money? Well, I guess it's a uniparty now, so I mean it's the stupidity of both because they both love to give money away.
Well,
I mean,
that's
I
going to come
always
to a
rail
stop.
on these earmarks and stuff because, these congressmen think earmarks are the greatest thing, since white bread. And the trouble with earmarks are all they do is they pay off, local politicians to get their support in elections. And, people say, well, I'm bringing the gravy home. Well, like in our district, you brought home 0.43% of what they gave out in earmarks. So for that 0.43%, our tax dollars got to pay the other 99 and 0.57% to pay all of that off. You're not a fiscal conservative when you do earmarks. I mean, sure, the local politicians love it because you're handing money to them left and right with no strings attached. I mean, it's crazy, and yet that's what we do. And I'm a fiscal conservative, so to me, throwing money away is the dumbest thing we do as an American country.
And that's one thing I don't like about both sides of the island, especially with Republicans. Oh,
Yeah,
we got an earmark. Oh, we got a little bit of
yeah,
pork coming our way, and
yeah,
it's not right. That is that if you come in here and you're getting the earmark and you're still not, supporting the community, and the community haven't changed, what are you doing besides they buying your vote?
Well, that's what it is. They buy your vote, and the bad part is, again, Congress is kabuki theater. So, if you want to go there and be a conservative, you vote like you're told. But if you want to be a conservative, if they've got enough votes, they let you vote against it. I mean, our congressman here voted for a debt ceiling increase back in 2023 that added $5 trillion to our debt. And he voted against every continuing resolution after that, which is funded by that $5 trillion that he voted for.
Go ahead and say their name. What's their name? What's their name?
Mikey Zell.
Why that sound familiar, Dave? Why that sound familiar? Is he in the league with the McConnells?
Oh, no. He just got elected 2022.
That don't matter.
First, well, I mean, again, that's what I mean. Is the way they rate people for their conservativeness isn't really a right way to rate them. I mean, I was talking to the guy that's running for Secretary of State here in Mississippi the other day, and Americans for Prosperity was there, and the guy there says that Mikey Zell is rated 94 on their conservative scale. And I told the guy, well, without cussing, I told the guy, you are crazy. How do you get 94 for Mikey Zell, who voted for a debt ceiling increase, voted for the NDAA with all the pork in it, voted for the building the FBI's new facility? I mean, how is that conservative to you? And I guess what it is, and under the AFP, is that they just look at the votes that they like. So if you vote for something that is in their wheelhouse, well, then that's conservative. So if you've made 3 votes that match what they wanted, well, you're 95% conservative.
Oh no, that
They
is
don't care
not
about the
how
rest
you
of the
rate it.
stuff.
That is not how you rate conservatism. Are you God family country? Are you anti-abortion? Are you America first? Are you a national? Ugh. Why are they blurring the lines on the Republican side?
Well, I hate to tell you, but I mean, it seems like it's across the board. Once they're elected, they keep getting reelected with earmarks. I had Mikey Zell had only been here less than a year, and I had the second highest man in Congress come in and campaign against me in a Republican primary, in a strong Republican primary. But he came in and campaigned against me because he knows I'm a fiscal conservative. I wouldn't go along with what they wanted. And they know that I already bought Mikey Zell, so you don't want to buy another congressman. And I'm not for sale, so that never would have happened.
Oh, you didn't kiss the ring. They
I
wanted
never
you to
would.
kiss the. They wanted you to kiss the ring.
Yeah, I don't kiss no rings, and to tell you the truth, I'm really a hardcore conservative, and I lambaste all of our Republicans here in Mississippi that they need to know what the Mississippi Republican platform is. I have to keep reminding them because, they don't know what it is. And, to tell you the truth, they really don't like it because, a lot of these in Mississippi, Democrats can't get elected, so they run as Republicans.
Oh, you got those. We getting
We
them in
have
Georgia.
so many rhinos out here, and it's a shame because, if you're a Democrat, run as a Democrat. I mean, you really, I can't imagine why I would switch parties. I'm a Republican. I would never run as a Democrat to get elected
Wow.
because, that's just not right.
Because
But
the real Democrat Party has went so far progressive.
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I grew up as a blue dog Democrat. That's all I heard all my life. The Democrats are the champion of the people. You vote for the
yeah,
Democrats, and then all of a sudden you wake up and realize Democrats is not for the people.
yeah,
They don't have
yeah.
the betterment in line. So you go over to the Republican side, where at least you believe in 80 or 90% of what that platform stands for, and you sit back and you run for office, and you realize it's all a game.
I used to campaign in black churches. And to tell you the truth, since I grew up dirt poor, I was so poor, black churches used to bring us food. And so I used to campaign in black churches. And to tell you the truth, afterwards, I would ask them, so why are you guys Democrats? You agree with everything I say. And normally it would be like, well, I don't know, we've been Democrats forever. And it's like, but you want jobs, you want, food, you want, healthcare, all that stuff, which you can get through jobs and work and bringing, better educations and stuff. I mean, here in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi has, I think, 8 of the 10 worst performing schools
It does.
in Mississippi. My brother actually ran for U.S. Senate, and he had a lady come up to him and say, "Hey, we need to be able to move our kids because our kids are in these failing schools in Jackson. We need to be able to move them out to good schools because our kids are going to get killed. They're not getting an education, and I can tell you, I actually when I grew up here, we moved. I think it was Tunica or Tupelo when I was a kid, and I was 12 years old, 13 years old, and I started school there in the middle of the year, and it was an all black school. I was the only white kid in there, and they hadn't issued books yet. So it's like, now, how are you going to get an education
We don't have
if
any
they haven't even
books.
issued you books yet? So, I mean, again, that's the problem is that, they don't look at, there's stars in every school. You got to start working on getting those people out of those failing schools and into other schools.
Well,
And
and
I
this
I think there's lots of parents out there that would like that, but there's just not that option right now.
well, the option is on the table now that Trump is in town. I think it was an
Oh, yeah.
executive order last week. Was it last week? Giving the parents more authority, not only of where the money goes, but the money is going to start following the child. That means charter school, co-ops. If you on the poor side of town, guess what? You ain't got to be stuck at the poor side of town.
Right.
Your money follows your child. But I'm gonna let you have because we all almost see these times go by so fast. I keep telling Stan that when people come on, we could talk for a very long time, and there's so much that I want to talk to you about because we're doing an endeavor
Uh-huh.
where eating free, even if you just want to come back on the show and start teaching people how to prep. A lot of us and a lot of people that watch the show are rural or suburban, maybe living in a small house, maybe having a small side yard, something that they can do to not
Right.
only start living right, but also, get a little bit more healthy and get off a lot of the man-made mess and get more on the holistic, God-given way of eating and the way of taking care of ourselves. So I'm going to give you the last word before we end it. But Carl, do you mind coming back? Because I don't
I
never
love it.
finish conversations.
Oh, I had a lot more to talk about too.
You do know this is a 2-hour show, and the next time we get a break, I don't mind if you come on here an hour or that's you and Dr. Jerome that was just on here. I want to pick y'all minds.
Okay.
That is
I
so,
can
that is
too.
so rude. Not pick your mind that way, but you know what I mean. I mean,
Right, right.
so go ahead and tell everybody where they can follow you, where they can support your endeavors, where they can support the very first. We're gonna call this a beta testing, so it can be all over the United States, and get more information about you, just in case they want to try to help and do it in their own communities.
Well, you can go to my website, which is farmedfresh4ms.org. That's my website. And you can contact me at Carl at farmedfreshforamerica.org. And I'm actually I help everybody. I was on a call the other day with like 13 people from Medicare, and I told them, if you need help with their functions and stuff, just to call me. Um, I We're launching this thing. We're doing a big food giveaway, Project Food Box, in Cleveland, Mississippi, in the middle of the Delta, March 21st. Going to be an all-day event. We hope to have a lot of media, a lot of politicians, and we'll be documenting to show how our project will work to bring healthy foods to people in need, Medicare, Medicaid, veterans, homeless, food deserts, and we can do it through our Project Food Box.
Well, I will be keeping an eye because I want to share it out there, not only on X, but also on all my social media platforms because people need to know. And right now, there's so many people that's going to be chronically stuck on man-made medicine. We need to
Yep.
give them a way to get off and wean themselves off that man-made medicine because if you have it, God got a cure for it. So thank you so much, Carl, for coming
Thank
on,
you.
and I really appreciate it. So tell Stan I did a good job.
I will. You did great. I loved it.
All right. Thank you. You have a blessed one.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So everybody, this is the end of the show. These 2 hours go by fast, and we got so many questions to ask people that I don't even know where to start because when they start talking, it's like they say something, and I want to come and ask something else because I think this is going to be a success across the nation. If he can do it in his community, in the way it's structured and the way it sounds like he's going to do it, I think that could be picked up in a lot of different communities and a lot of different states, and especially for the Bible Belt because there's a lot of overweightness, there's a lot of diabetes, there's a lot of different ailments for us as being American citizens, and now it's maybe we need to go back to our organic and healthy ways. So everybody, this is the end of the show. It was a great show. It was a great show. I mean, I had fun today. And plus, cash is coming. Cash is coming. Cash is okay, we're going to stop there. So y'all make sure y'all get over there to fallbackusa2.myshopify.com. You can support us by getting our merchandise, our gear. Like I said, it is made in the USA by Dave and Mom. By my mom and them. By my mom and them. How my mom and them doing? She all right. So y'all going over there and give her something to do. We promise tomorrow that the pocketbooks, our first new 4 pocketbooks, bags, and clutches will be on the store tomorrow. So y'all get over there. Y'all can support us just by donating at PayPal or Cash App or Venmo or Zelle. I'm the black one, Lucretia Hughes. So Dave, you know what to do. Stop sending that other Lucretia my money because that ain't right. What is this? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say some songs never need to be remixed. Some songs, the Trumpy dance. Some songs don't. See, when I'm like, do the humpity hump. That's what I'm talking about. Digital underground. Just what happened? We get hot dogs and French fries. You cut up an onion? Cut an onion up. How you get a hot dog with no onion? Yeah, but you gotta have a stinky breath. Girl, you cut up an onion? Yes, I'm still on. Hey, Mimi! Hey, mine! Bring me that damn phone. Give me. Why it look like it's going empty or dead? How do all my kids FaceTime me? All of them. Yes, you are live on the air. This is my oldest daughter and my youngest son, and there go the youngest daughter. And it is what it is. And everything that I'm doing it for them to leave a legacy. So y'all, make sure y'all get over there, donate to us. Go ahead and share. Dave, you know what to do. Because I gotta sing. Come on, y'all. Ain't no stopping us now. All of us old fogies out here used to dance to that. I'm lying. I just like the song. It's great motivation. All right, y'all, let's do this. Ready? Hold up. There's been so many things that's held us down. But now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we got a long, long way to go. And where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting ourselves together. We're polishing up our acts now. If you felt like you've been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. Hey, I want y'all to listen to every word I say, Woo-hoo! I mean, USA, what? USA, 'cause ain't no cash is coming. He's here. You going to get more. You going to get more. You going to get more. So everybody, y'all have a blessed night. Holler. Faded to black.
Here we go, she's on 5 to 7, 9 to 10 p.m. Fallback Productions. Talks about topics of the day and loves her country, the U.S. of A. Got her Get Right rally on tax day. Got family country, Trump is her thing. She don't know the songs, gives Dave a hard time. Don't worry, it's fine, he's still her Valentine. Keeps us in the loop. Don't you know, sit back and enjoy the Lucretia Hughes Show.